I'm Novak, and coming up on this report, I'm going to take a look at the new 2018 Jeep Compass. If you think there's already enough choices out there in the small and compact SUV segment for North American car buyers to meet their seemingly growing demand for, well, you probably want to think again. It seems that automakers are continuing to challenge their design teams to come up with new sizes and variations to almost squeeze into every size hole they feel still exists out there. And I think the end result is it's getting a little bit overwhelming and a bit much to choose from. Take Jeep, for example. Apparently their design team felt there was enough space in their lineup just above the, call it small or subcompact Renegade, and the more traditional mid-size Cherokee to fit the second generation 2018 Jeep Compass, which is in front of me here. This was first launched as a 2017 model, and this has got the space and configurations that apparently is going to meet a growing segment. Now, this vehicle is designed for sale in 100 different countries, but today we're just going to take a look at it, obviously, for the offerings here in North America. Now, even though the Compass is designed to fit above the Renegade in size, it's actually built on the same platform as the Renegade, except it's been elongated, it's been stretched out a bit. However, its overall aesthetic design and appeal is supposed to mimic more of the Grand Cherokee, which I think is a good thing, because some of the design of the Cherokee itself, the redesign, has been met with some controversy. You certainly have your traditional grille front, the aggressive design here, the 7 slots. There are different variations, different trim levels for the Compass. You've also got your Trailhawk, which is the off-road version. This is the top-end limited, and there are some exterior aesthetic design changes. You'll get the tow hooks on the Trailhook front and back, the red, which is a nice contrast. Here it's more of a cruiser type of design. You've got your clearance about 8.5 inches or so, with your typical Jeep. I mean, normally I would actually wash these when I do a video review, but it's winter time, it's a Jeep, so you know the dirt looks pretty good. But the exterior is you know, it's nothing too controversial, and I think it's one of the stronger attributes because it looks like a Jeep. It's just designed to fit in that space in between. So this Compass is designed to fit above the Renegade, but it's built on the same platform, so that causes a little bit of problems in terms of storage overall. Now, I like the fact that this has a power lift kit. You see here, it certainly is handy, but when you look inside, you'll notice that the second, or the cargo space behind the second row at 27.2 cubic feet is not bad, but I think the dimensions seems a little bit narrow, and it's going to be a bit tricky to get certain things in. I know you've got 60/40 second row seats, so you have something elongated, you can do it that way, but it just seems a little bit tight, or perhaps maybe tighter and more compact than I'd expect it to be. So inside the interior of the 2018 Compass, the overall cockpit area is not too bad. Nice sight lines around, you're sitting up high. It's common with most SUVs and crossovers anyway. Straight in front of me, you've got your TFT driver information screen. It's a 3.5 inch on lower trims, but it's a nice 7-inch LED screen for the upper and limited trim that I'm driving now. When you move to the center stack, you've got your Uconnect system, which Chrysler typically has one of the best systems out there. On the limited trim, it's an upgraded 8-inch screen, and it's user-friendly. It's intuitive well enough, but there's a couple things on here. For one, heated seats and steering wheel controls are on the Uconnect, and I don't like that. I'd sooner have the steering wheel control on the wheel and the heated seats somewhere were just a simple button as opposed to having to navigate through a couple of presses just to make your adjustments or turn it on and off. In fact, something I don't like is the fact that, at least here in Canada, I mean, heated seats should be almost standard throughout. You see it common in other models, but here it's standard in the Limited, but it's an option in lower trims. And I think that should be almost a baseline, especially when it's being offered elsewhere. The overall design of the center stack, I have some concerns about reaching out to the controls for your climate and your air conditioning, your stereo and stuff, because it's a bit of a reach, and I'm not sure it's really the best way you can design it. It's not as ergonomic as I'd like to see it. You've got your traction controls for your snow and your four-wheel drive lock. I mean, it's fine in terms of the number of buttons you have. It's more tactile, but just a bit of a reach, and I'm not totally in love with that. But overall, the seating materials are fine. It's nice soft touches. And a nice big open sunroof too. This giant panoramic roof certainly adds a lot of light, you know, even in the winter time when you need more of that. So that's pretty good. So overall, not too bad inside this 2018 Compass. Second row occupants of the 2018 Compass will have 38.5 inches of headroom and 38.3 inches of legroom to stretch out in. Now these dimensions are pretty good, but I found the backrest to be a bit too straight up for comfort, and it wouldn't be great to deal with for long drives. For North American Compass owners, long drives will be powered by Chrysler's 2.4-liter multi-air Tiger Shark 4-cylinder engine. It puts out 180 horsepower and 175 pound-feet of torque. Now this certainly isn't Hellcat territory, but as I see most people using this as a daily driver, it should do the trick. The Compass also has a towing capacity of 2,000 pounds, which is fine for small boats or watercraft. Fuel economy is only average with a combined rating of 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers or 24.8 US miles per gallon. According to the Government of Canada's Energy Guide, that puts the Compass somewhere in the just better than middle of the pack when compared to other small SUVs in its class. Canadian pricing for the Compass begins at $24,900 for an entry-level sport trim, up to $34,895 for the Limited. However, the Limited trim tester I'm reviewing came with a host of additional options such as an advanced safety and lighting group, trailer tow group, safety and security group, navigation system, panoramic sunroof, power liftgate, a premium Beats sound system, and 19-inch wheels, which when added all up will set you back a hefty $43,890. US pricing ranges from $20,995 for the sport trim up to $28,695 for a Trailhawk. It seems North Americans are rather insatiable in their appetite for more compact crossovers and SUVs, so it makes total sense why automakers are going to produce more vehicles to fit all the presumed holes that they have in their model lineup. Now this second generation Jeep Compass is going to do quite well. I'm pretty sure it's going to sell well. It has enough general appeal. I mean, if you're a Jeep fan, you're going to like this, and if you've considered Jeeps before, probably taking this out for a drive, there'll be enough of it to at least warrant consideration compared to some of the others in its classification. Now, I'm not totally in love with it. I think the pricing is a little bit higher than it needs to be, and I think some of the ergonomics and design flow on the inside could be improved upon. But you know what, as a daily driver and in my week, I've had fun with it. And besides, on a day like today with roads like this, come on, it's a Jeep, you want to have some fun. That's it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.